In a small village, Mia found a shiny pot while playing near the river. It sparkled like gold and hummed softly. Curious, she took it home. Her little brother Sam gasped, "It's magic!" Mia laughed, but soon strange things began to happen. That night, Mia placed an apple in the pot. By morning, it was full of apples. Sam clapped. "It multiplies things." They tested it with a coin, and it worked again. Excited, they shared the secret with their parents, who warned, "Magic can be tricky. Be careful what you wish for." The next day, Mia wished for toys. The pot filled with dolls, cars, and puzzles. Sam wished for candy, and the pot overflowed with sweets. But soon, their house was crowded with too many things. "We need to stop," Mia said, realizing the pot was hard to control. They decided to return the pot to the river. But on the way, a greedy man named Mr. Grump saw them. "What's that?" he asked, eyeing the pot. Mia lied, "Just an old pot." But Mr. Grump didn't believe them and followed them secretly. At the river, Mia whispered, "Thank you, pot, but we can't keep you." She placed it in the water. Suddenly, Mr. Grump jumped out, grabbing the pot. "It's mine now," he shouted. But the pot began to shake violently, and a bright light surrounded him. The light faded, and Mr. Grump was gone. In his place stood a small, kind-looking man. "Thank you," he said. "I was cursed to be greedy, but your selflessness broke the spell." The pot rose from the water, transforming into a golden key before disappearing. Mia and Sam returned home, wiser and happier. They realized that true magic wasn't in wishing for things, but in helping others. From that day, they shared their toys and candy with the village kids, spreading joy and kindness everywhere. Years later, Mia and Sam grew up but never forgot the magic pot. They told the story to their children, teaching them the value of sharing and kindness. The golden key became a symbol of hope, reminding everyone that true magic lies in the heart. One day, Mia's daughter Lily found a small rusty key in the attic. It looked just like the one from the story. Excited, she showed it to Sam's son Max. "Do you think it's the magic key?" Lily asked. Max grinned. "Let's find out." They took the key to the river where the magic pot had disappeared. As Lily placed the key near the water, it began to glow. Suddenly, the river sparkled, and a voice echoed, "Only the pure of heart can unlock the magic." Max whispered, "What do we do now?" Lily closed her eyes and wished for something selfless. "I wish for everyone in the village to be happy." The key glowed brighter, and the river parted, revealing a path of golden light. Max gasped. It worked! Hand in hand, they stepped onto the path, unsure of what lay ahead. The path led them to a hidden garden filled with glowing flowers and singing birds. In the center stood a tree with golden leaves. A gentle voice said, "This is the tree of wishes. Make a wish, but remember, it must come from your heart." Lily and Max exchanged thoughtful looks. Max wished for the village to always have enough food. Lily wished for everyone to stay healthy. The tree's leaves shimmered, and the voice said, "Your wishes are pure. They are granted." Suddenly, the garden faded, and they found themselves back at the river, holding the now ordinary key. When they returned to the village, they noticed something amazing. The fields were full of crops, and everyone looked healthier and happier. The villagers thanked Lily and Max, though they didn't know why. The siblings smiled, knowing their wishes had come true. Years passed, and the story of the magic pot and the golden key became a legend. Every child in the village learned about Mia, Sam, Lily, and Max. They were reminded that true magic comes from selfless wishes and kind hearts. One day, a new child found a rusty key near the river. The villagers smiled, knowing the magic would continue, for in their hearts, they believed that as long as kindness and selflessness existed, the magic pot and the golden key would always return to those who deserved it.
The lion's share.
In a lush jungle, animals gathered to divide their hunt. The lion, their king, declared he'd take the largest share. The others nodded, knowing his strength. But the clever fox whispered, "Is this fair?" The lion roared, silencing doubt. The animals bowed, accepting his rule with heavy hearts. Days passed, and the lion grew greedier. Each hunt, his share grew larger. The deer, rabbit, and even the bear received less. Hunger spread among them. The fox, tired of injustice, devised a plan. "We must teach the lion a lesson," she said, her eyes gleaming with determination. The fox called a secret meeting. "We'll trick the lion," she explained. "Next hunt, we'll hide the prey. When he demands his share, we'll say it's lost." The animals hesitated but agreed. They were tired of hunger and fear. Together, they vowed to stand strong. The next day, the hunt began. The animals worked together, catching a large deer. They hid it in a cave, covering it with leaves. When the lion arrived, he roared, "Where's my share?" The fox stepped forward. "We lost it, Your Majesty. A storm carried it away." The lion's eyes narrowed. "A storm? Nonsense," he growled. He sniffed the air, sensing deceit. The animals trembled, but stood their ground. The fox calmly said, "Even the king cannot control nature." The lion, though suspicious, had no proof. Reluctantly, he walked away, his pride wounded. Days turned into weeks. The animals shared the hidden prey, their strength returning. The lion, however, grew weaker. His greed had left him isolated. One day, he approached the fox. "I've been unfair," he admitted. "Teach me to share, and I'll be a better king." The fox smiled. "Sharing is strength," she said. "A true king cares for his subjects." The lion nodded, humbled. From that day, he took only what he needed. The jungle flourished, and harmony returned. The animals celebrated, grateful for their wise fox and their changed king. The lion's heart grew kinder. He protected the weak and ensured fairness. The fox became his advisor, guiding him with wisdom. The jungle thrived, and stories of their unity spread far. The animals learned that true power lies not in greed, but in compassion and justice. One evening, as the sun set, the animals gathered around a fire. The lion spoke, "Thank you for teaching me humility. Together, we've created a better jungle." The fox added, "And remember, unity is our greatest strength." The animals cheered, their bond stronger than ever. Seasons changed, but the jungle's spirit remained unbroken. The lion's share was now fair, and every animal had enough. The fox's wisdom was celebrated, and the lion's kindness became legendary. Their story inspired others, proving that even the mightiest can change for the greater good. Years later, the jungle became a symbol of peace. Travelers from afar came to learn its secrets. The lion and fox, now old but wise, shared their tale. "It's not about power," the lion said, "but about heart." The fox nodded, and the courage to change. And so, the jungle thrived, a testament to unity and change. The lion's share was no longer a symbol of greed, but of fairness. The animals lived happily, their hearts full of gratitude. And every night, under the stars, they remembered the lesson that had transformed their lives forever.